Welcome to the GCI live stream. And here we go. All right, here we go. Get these particulates that are airborne, kind of get those colored in a specific shade. We're just adding background. I'm going to fill this like I would be doing a cover. That was a request we had to kind of wrap this up like a cover. Because rarely on here do we ever fill a page. So, Svengali. How many colors in total? Counting the figures, we're going to be looking at, let's see, 3, 6, probably about 11 colors. About 11 total. So I'm going to use a lot of fine line in the background to make it look like it's in the distance, give it that appearance. And thank you for showing up here today, Svengali. Kind of a quiet morning. I was hoping I would catch some people before they called it quits for the night, for the morning. What is up, Bruce? Good morning, Bruce. Haven't seen you for a while. Good to have you back on here for a bit. Adding some background to this Batman versus Superman. Trying to get with that complete cover look. A lot of chaos going on in the background. Thank you for joining, man. If you guys get the chance, swing by the community section of the channel and give some input on what you think is the best verses that we've done here lately. Done quite a few. This is, of course, the most recent. This is episode 7, episode 156, part 7. Hey, Yush. What's going on, man? Yo, yo, yo. That's weird. On one device, your message says, yo. On the other one, it says, oh no. I'm doing well. How are you today, Yush? Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the GCI live stream. This is episode 156 of Draw Every Day, the part 6, actually part 7 of Batman versus Superman. Yeah, we did a later one last night, right before bedtime, so it was kind of a surprise she decided she was in the mood to do one. I don't like to force her to do that, obviously. It's got to be when she's ready. And yeah, we got the mini Hulk done. It worked out pretty well. Very cool. I do I have a comic book I'm working on, an original one. Have a few pages done, have the cover done. It's more of an action adventure instead of a superhero comic, to do something different. Thanks for joining, William. Yeah, it's cool. You've got some pretty valuable comics, huh? Yeah, I would love to get my own stuff published. Have not achieved that yet, but I keep trying, keep working toward that goal. There's Costi. You made it. Good morning. Let's see if I can find something here. So I'm just kind of layering in some facts. I'm kind of using some of my reference for ideas and some of my own ideas here. Trying to get a chaotic, explosive background behind them. Yeah, I'm going to use like a grayish brown smoke effect around the perimeter. Some oranges and yellows, explosive, almost like a volcanic blast coming up around them. Good morning, Lord Ann. Thanks for joining, man. Thank you very much. It's coming along step by step here. Finally finished my Superman Son of Krypton cover yesterday. That was good. Got it all framed up. So I just gotta get some command strips so I can hang it on the wall. I got a whole section of wall right to the left of my the next stream is going to be Superman versus Doomsday. And it's going to be the Nicolas Cage version of Superman with the mullet and the black suit. Oh yeah, good old Michael Keaton, the surprise Batman. Who would have thought he was going to be such a cool Batman when he first started out? Welcome everyone to the GCI live stream. Just kind of adding a background, getting this to a comic book effect. using various shades, trying to, ooh, that's pretty cool. Can use some of those colors that I rarely use. Get kind of creative with the background. Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how that trailer comes out. I am team World's Finest. I think I'm rooting for Batman on this one. So since we have such limited space around the figures, and I am DC all the way, but I do love to draw Marvel as well. So that's what my channel Gibson book is for. When I get a chance, a free minute, but I'm working so hard to keep this channel going. I don't have a lot of spare time to spend on the other channel. So I just post on it when I can. Yeah, that's the ultimate battle, isn't it? Although these days it seems like Image Comics are really coming in strong. With a lot of innovative ideas and characters and stories. So it's a real three-way battle these days between Marvel and DC is actually doing better than Marvel as far as their popularity of the books with the Absolute series. I want to get on here a little earlier for a weekend just so I can catch some of you guys before you get off of YouTube. I know when I get closer to 4 and after 4 o'clock that a lot of you guys are falling asleep, getting off of YouTube. So I wanted to catch you before that. So that's why I'm on here a little bit earlier today. And good morning, Nismo. Yeah, I made the rare exception of drawing Hulk with my granddaughter yesterday. Instead of doing a DC character, she really wanted to do a baby Hulk, so we knocked that out really quick. Hello, Scarlett. Yeah, head to head. No gimmicks, no secret weapons. Seems like Batman's in for a whooping, doesn't it? That's an interesting stat, Nismo. Did not realize that. So we try to use these muted, less vibrant colors for the background. so that it fades in to a degree. And thinner line work. So it gives that appearance of being in the background. I know, I think an absolute animated series would be pretty cool. Yeah, that whole doctor battle, that would be a very aggressive, that would take me a long time. I'd have to use 2 weeks of draw every day to get that one done. One of my posts has 21 likes. I just got a notification from YouTube. Get the particulates all colored in. Yeah. That's a lot of doctors fighting, isn't it? Be quite the doctor battle. Thank you everyone for stopping in. Please don't forget to hit that like button. Very cool, Nismo. Like the fact that you're drawing every day. Time here for me is 3:48 a.m. Yeah, I think the same thing, Scarlett. I'm a Manhattan all the way in that battle. Team Manhattan. What kind of cover were you doing, Nismo? Yeah, Costi comes up with some interesting verses concepts. He's always pitting interesting actors, movies, comics, characters together, posing the questions. Let's get this zoomed out a little bit more so we can see the whole thing. Asterisks and obliques. Very interesting. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button, everybody. Let the algorithm know that we're here. Good morning, Corey. Welcome, man. Nice to have you back. We're adding some background to the Batman versus Superman sketch. The sketch is done very well for views and likes and watch hours and subscribers. think I'm more of the silver to bronze. It's kind of what I'm more used to. I grew up in the Silver Age, beginning of it. Golden Age is a little before my time. I just like seeing where a lot of these characters started, but as far as the artwork and everything. Okay, yep, I'll take a look at that here in a second. So, especially with any markers, alcohol markers included, it's best to start with the light and then go darker, because you can always go darker. Yeah, Savage Hulk, I think, is coming back from the way it sounds. Oh yeah, we do a lot of Jokers and Batmans together, me and Costi. He requested them, and did a lot of the movie versions of Joker and Batman. All right, Lorden, you have a good day. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, they make some of those really creepy. Let me take a look at the community real quick. Boom. Newest. Here is Nismo's cover that he's working on. Very cool. Yep, there's his first two characters. He's got more characters to go in. I think he said 3 more, plus the background. Avalanche. Yeah, Costi's more of a cinema guy, movie guy, but he just started getting into the comic book things when he came across this channel, right, Costi? Time for me is 3:56 a.m., Corey. Yeah. I remember you saying that, Costi, that it wasn't until you stumbled across this in the streams that you started getting more involved in the heroes. $1:57 a.m. Wow. What part of the world are you in, Corey? You don't have to be specific, just if you don't mind. California, that's what I thought. I've never been to California. Thanks for the likes, everyone. Good morning, Jack. Thanks for joining us. Adding some background to the Batman versus Superman Battle Royale. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thanks, Jack. Just trying to make it an explosive and similar to one of my reference sketches that I use for this, but some of my own. Since we're so limited on how much background is visible, it wouldn't really work to put in buildings and things. You would all get lost. He's not fake, he's just new. To the superhero world. Because I think it's John Wick is his profile picture on here. So he was more of a John Wick action movie fan until he stumbled across GCI Studios and our live streams. Now he's one of the best fans we got. Costi never misses a stream. Today we are 34 minutes into this background. And in general, I've been drawing for about 54 years, since I was 5 years old. If that's what you meant. He's learning this now. Calm down. Good morning, Kevin. Yeah, the original Robin. He is a good Robin. I agree with that, Kevin. He's not fake, he's new. Why you gotta be so Nismo all the time? Yeah, that yellow really makes the characters stand out, I think. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the likes. Don't forget to hit the like button before you have to go. Realize not everybody can stay for the whole thing, especially when we're streaming for an hour or plus on the weekends. Thank you very much, Corey. Yep, I was pretty happy with the way this one turned out, from the beginning sketches right on up until today. And that's rare when I'm happy with the whole process, step by step. Sometimes I love the pencil drawing and then I ink it and it loses something. Yeah, Wyatt and I have been talking about the podcast. I just have to come up with some viable content and keep it going for 20 or 30 minutes. Make it interesting. Interest of mine that you don't know. I'm trying to think. I like birds of prey, I like wolves, I like nature, I like mountain climbing, I like being out in the wild. I've climbed mountains before in Colorado. I've climbed the 15th highest peak in Colorado back in when I was younger. To go to Colorado every other, yes, rough country. I like going off the trails, blazing my own trail when I'm in the wild. I carry a Bowie knife with me when I'm with a 12-inch long blade, just in case I have to make a shelter or you come across any animals that might want to take you out. And of course, I like to look for used to look for Indian artifacts all the time. So I have a lot of stone tools from thousands of years ago that I found in creek beds and streams. I've got some displayed on my office wall, some of the arrowheads that I found. Yeah, spearheads, javelin points, true arrowheads, actual stone tools. I have a drill that they use to drill holes in like animal hides that I found. Just a small, along with a thumb hold, so they could twist it and poke it through the mammoth hides. Yes, arrows and javelins and spears. The bigger ones are for javelins and spears that they would hunt prey like a woolly mammoth with. There were a lot of mammoths in this part of the world where I live. Yeah, I watched the beginning of Stranger Things, but it lost my interest after a while. See you, Corey. Thank you for being here, man. Appreciate your support. Yeah, that's something I haven't really talked about on here. Try to get some energy lines going. Hello, Master Link. Well, I had the request to kind of turn this into looking into more of a cover. So I thought I'd put in an explosive, kind of volatile background and really get it to come together. I'm going to get a better fine liner and a straight edge so I can get some of this explosive effects in a little better. Yeah, this one might work for a few. You leaving, Nismo? Have a good day, man. Finish up that cover. I'll see it when it's done. Yeah, this is my prized ruler. We got the Batman flying, jumping off the building to catch the Joker. I love this ruler. I believe it's got to be the first one. This is my favorite. Just cannot beat that first one, no matter how hard they try. Thank you everyone for watching. Please don't hesitate to hit that like button. Keep those likes coming. I'm going to try an effect. I've got a white, where's it at? I had a white marker in here. Here it is. This is a white Sharpie. It's called a creative marker. I was wondering if I could get some different tones with it. Yeah, Last Crusade's good, but my favorite's the first one. Gotta stick with the original. I've been to Universal Studios where they were doing the Indiana Jones stage show. That was pretty cool back in the day. This thing's actually working pretty good for this. Yeah, the second one, yep. They were all pretty good. I wanted to get some of these out. These are pretty good lighter colored brush pens that for this kind of thing. This one's not dark enough. I would go with, I don't know, I think Star Wars holds up a little better between the two overall. Thanks for hanging in there with me, everybody. I don't think I've seen the Lego version. Jar Jar, yeah, that was a big mistake. Jar Jar was. Could have gone without including Jar Jar in that mess. Hello, James. How you doing today? 007. I'm doing well. I've been enjoying your different comics you've been doing. The Fairly Odd Parents and your crossovers and stuff. I let them play while I'm driving sometimes and listen to you read through them. Mute some of this down. Thank you. Yeah, we were just doing the figures originally, and then had a request to kind of make it look like a comic book cover. So thought a nice explosive abstract background would be good. Make the figures really stand out. Trying to blend and mute some of these tones that I've used, just to indicate utter chaos going on here. I'm going to start experimenting with other types of white. Hello, Joshua. Appreciate that very much, Joshua. Yeah, it's this one's coming together rather nicely. Even the background. Don't usually add the backgrounds, but this time we are. Hey everybody, don't forget to hit that like button before you have to go. And consider subscribing. We have a really good community here. Monday through Friday, we're doing live streams. This is a part of that series I extended into the weekend. The series is called Draw Every Day, and that's what's necessary if you want to improve your art skills and be able to put on paper the images that are in your mind. And then on the weekends, we typically are building our own, creating our own superheroes. But this week, I've been working on this since last Monday, about 30 minutes at a time. So I wanted to wrap this up, and then had a request to make it look like more like a cover, add a background. You can go to the community section of the channel, and you see a lot of the original artwork from different subscribers and the moderators. We have a lot of good artists who are part of the community. And that's the thing, just to draw every day and to improve. And if you guys need any suggestions or tips on how to make your art better, I certainly want to encourage you to do that and maybe inspire you to draw more often. Some energy lines coming off of here. Oh, I haven't made Jack a mod, have I? That is a good question. Would you like to be a moderator, Jack? So a moderator would be, I could appoint you as a moderator from my end. And so what you would do is help me on a channel, say it's just me and you and a bunch of new people. You get somebody coming in here who's causing trouble, being mouthy or obnoxious, and then you would have the ability to put them in timeout. If you'd be interested in doing that, I would certainly trust you to help me with that. Yeah, helping me do hero stuff and just keep the channel. If I'm busy drawing, you can keep me alert to people who are causing trouble. And if you'd like to do it, I could go ahead and appoint you as a moderator. That's right, Master Link. And like on the Spider-Man Noir, with no responsibility, no power comes no responsibility. Okay, 1 second, please. There, you are a standard moderator for GCI Studios. Congratulations and thank you very much. See, your name just turned blue. It shows you're a moderator. You are an official administrative assistant. Thanks for pointing that out, Costi. See, that's what moderators do. Help the creator to realize when he's overlooking something. You are a valued member of the community, Jack. Exactly. And you always stick with me through the whole video, typically, unless something unusual happens. So I've always got you. You've always got my back. And that means a lot. I like to use these dried up markers for like a little hazy effect. I have a lot of dead gray markers. I use gray a lot for bringing different tones down. That's good to know. Well, thank you very much, Wiki Feet Beaver. Appreciate that. Dried out a little too much. So I'm going to do kind of an effect here, make it look like there's a border, makes it a little bit more like a published art. Turn this way. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you very much, WikiFeet. Appreciate it. Trying to make an explosive comic book cover effect on this one. If you guys have any projects you want to email me on, you can go to where it says GCI Studios. The description, it says Monday through Friday right through here. You can hit that, and below all that is my email, gibsoncoverillustrator@gmail.com. So if you have any projects you want me to check out, you can send it to my Gmail, or if you want to talk to me when we're not on here, feel free to go there to the description of the channel, and below the description of the channel is my email information for the channel, so you can email me there. Yes, explosive is what I'm going for on this one. One big explosion. Long awaited, much anticipated explosive release. Of energy. So next I'm going to, on Monday, which I might have a longer video or stream on Monday. I'm going to do Superman versus Doomsday. And we're going to do the Nick Cage version of Superman with the mullet and the black suit, black and gray suit. Darken in some of these lines now that I have a background around it. I want it to be very definite. I haven't forgotten, just the Affleck idea came in after I got a lot of these versus ideas. So it will happen, believe me. think Costy's 14, right, Costy? Yeah, 14. Yeah, like I said, don't hesitate to send me an email if you want to talk to me off the stream, one-on-one. If you have some artwork you want me to look over, or a project you want to talk about, feel free to send it to my email. So you're 12, Jack? Same age as Nismo. Thank you, Ayush. I think it's come together rather well. Get some more particulates floating in the air here. James is using his dad's account, but his real name is Jack. Thank you everyone for watching. Please don't forget to hit that like button if you're enjoying the artwork here today. This is part 7. I started on this last Monday. I've been on this a week of live streams. And it's finally coming together. Oh, Artistic James, yeah. He's modified his title a little bit. This James Art Studio, I believe. Yeah, he's my buddy. We started getting our channels going at the same time. Okay, where are we at? We're about 71 minutes. A few more lines I want to reinforce. Yeah, it's changed a lot, hasn't it? Thank you for the likes, everyone. Yeah, now that I've got this background in, I just gotta make sure we don't lose the details on the main figures. How's everybody doing? Yeah, you've been showing up a lot more. Ayush, appreciate you being here, supporting the channel. Yep, you're a long-time loyal subscriber as well. I really appreciate it. Yeah, this one's turned out rather significantly, I think. All right, I think that's about it. Thank you everyone for watching. And do me one favor, please, everybody, draw every day.